Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors sent four-time NBA champion to Mavericks in proposed trade. With over half of the 2024-25 NBA regular season having already been played, the Golden State Warriors continue to put themselves in serious threat of missing the NBA playoffs that could eventually result in a massive shake-up. Holding a record of 22-23, the Warriors possess the 11th seed in the Western Conference, one game back of the Sacramento Kings for the final spot in the play-in tournament. While there is still an opportunity for them to qualify for the postseason through that route, there is also no guarantee they do, considering how weak they have looked through significant parts of this year. Moving on from a legendary generation is never easy. Wiping the slate completely clean and admitting the necessity to build towards the future is always more difficult, considering the type of success the Warriors have had. However, if they do pull that shocking maneuver out before this year's NBA trade deadline on February 6, there should be plenty of suitors for some of their key pieces. Draymond Green should be in high demand due to his versatility and defensive impact. Kevin O'Connor suggested the Dallas Mavericks as a potential destination for Green services. The proposed mock trade went as follows: the most coveted piece in this trade for the Warriors would undoubtedly be the 2031 first pick. If the Mavericks failed to build a champion around Luka Doncic, their future could be murky. Having control over the 2031 selection could turn out to be a worthwhile venture for their Warriors. Another game, another night where it felt like the sky was falling for the Golden State Warriors. They lost a disappointing 118-108 ball game to the Los Angeles Lakers, dropping them back under 5 with a record of 22-23. The Lakers took a lead into the fourth quarter and managed to finish the job. The Lakers superstars LeBron James and Anthony Davis severely outplayed Stephen Curry. In this one, James and Davis combined for 61 points, 18 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals and 1 block. Curry finished the game with 13 points and 9 assists while shooting an abysmal 4-7 from the field. This proved to be yet another game where the Warriors could not rally down the stretch. That point came up at the post-game press conference. One reporter revealed to Curry that the Warriors are 1-20 when trailing after 3/4s this season. The four-time champion answered with a stunned response. Curry shockingly let out a loud "What?" "She's the Warrior superstar," continued. "Repeat, we're 1-20 when what?" After properly having the thought register with him, Curry offered some insight into the situation. "Some of the games we lost have been because we couldn't score," said the two-time NBA MVP tonight. Obviously the situation Ad and Braun pretty much controlled possessions. They were trying to get Ad on the block or in the mid-post and he's knocking down the shots, so Braun was getting to the lane. I'm sure 1-20 is probably for a lot of reasons, but one of those kind of anomalies we got to figure out. Warriors may need to make all too familiar rotation call on exciting rookie center. It was 12 months ago where the Golden State Warriors were in the mid of unearthing an exciting rookie center, with Tracy Jackson Davis displaying the sort of athletic two-way ability the franchise desperately needed to complement veteran center Kevin Looney. After fans had been calling for Jackson Davis to enter the starting lineup during the second half of the season, Steve Kerr eventually made the bold move to start the rookie center over the final 11 games of the season. Golden State went 9-2 during that period, with Jackson Davis having started 36 of the 44 games since. However, Kirk could now be facing a sense of deja vu with another rookie center who is shot to prominence over the last week, just like Jackson Davis was last season. Quinten Post is a 24-year-old rookie who's come in with extensive college experience, just like Jackson Davis 12 months ago. It's taken a while for Post to receive a significant rotation opportunity. He's certainly taking it with both hands, though, something Jackson Davis also did last season, to the point where a starting role was almost inevitable. That's where the similarities might end, because there's a significant contrast between the two young big men. While Jackson Davis continues to struggle with a limited offensive game, Post is bringing a whole new element to the Warriors as a 7-foot shooting center. Post may have only been a regular member of the rotation for 3 games, but many fans have already seen enough and believe the Boston College product needs to seize Jackson Davis' spot in the starting lineup. Despite Post's inexperience at the NBA level, Steve Kerr has already publicly stated that he holds trust in Golden State's newest phenom and has backed up those words with action. Over the last 2 games, Post played 42 total minutes against the Chicago Bulls and Los Angeles Lakers, while Looney played 29. And Jackson Davis 24 as Kerr searches for more offense. How soon is too soon then that Post becomes as a starter, particularly if the Warriors fail to acquire another option like Nikola before the trade deadline? Draymond Green's return may only intensify calls for Post to join the starting lineup, with that pair theoretically a nice combination of offense and defense that should work well together. It would be a bold call for Kerr to elevate a rookie big into the starting group, but it may be one the Warriors need to make, and even more so if their mediocre season shows no sign of turning around. Warriors could add $90 million forward in blockbuster trade before deadline. Almost every year we see some big surprises take place during the NBA trade deadline. This season may be no different, as we have seen multiple big-time names mentioned in different trade rumors. The Golden State Warriors are among the teams being mentioned to make a big splash ahead of the deadline as they search for a way to turn their season around. Golden State has been looking or another star to pair with guard Steph Curry as they look for another title run. The Warriors have some interesting pieces that they could part with, making them potential players ahead of the deadline in this massive trade scenario. From Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, multiple playoff contenders including the Warriors beef up for the postseason. The deal would be between Golden State, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Chicago Bulls. Here is what the trade could look like. Timberwolves receive Lonzo Ball, Buddy Hield, Julian Phillips and a $2.9 million trade exception. Bulls receive Julius Randle, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevin Looney, Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton, Luka Garza, a $20 million trade exception and a $2.8 million trade exception. Warriors receive Nikola, Patrick Williams, Torrey Craig, Talon Horton Tucker and a $9.1 million trade except. This would be a massive trade for all sides, with both the Warriors and Timberwolves heavily helping their chances in the West. Golden State would land a versatile wing defender in Williams W.H. could give them more depth along the perimeter. The Warriors would also land a star center in Vic, something that the team has been missing for years. Vic would give this offense another boost, helping to unlock some things. As for Minnesota, they would trade out Hand, who hasn't worked out well with the team, for multiple depth pieces. Both Ball and Hield would help the three-point shooting and give this Timberwolves team more firepower to work with Ball being a free agent at the end of the season. Minnesota would get some financial flexibility as well due to their restrictions financially. This deal could help them build a team down the line. And finally, with the Bulls, Chicago would get a nice asset in Randle to help continue their rebuild. Landing Kuminga could give this team a start to build around as they move forward. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Nikola? Leave your opinion in the comments.